From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, yeah.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being a part of the program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio, you and I, and this hour we're going to talk to a listener. It's a listener that Gary and I met recently on a trip to Las Vegas. And she told us something that was quite amazing. So amazing, I think it's going to piss off a lot of people listening to the show, so we decided to bring her on the air. She's not going to be on under her real name. So hopefully we will not be revealing her identity by putting her on the air. All right, so we will introduce her as Michelle. Now, Michelle did something, and she's very, very proud of it. And I'm going to tell you what it is. And then I'm going to ask Michelle to fill in the details. And I must tell you, we were sitting at a dinner with a bunch of listeners as Michelle told her story. And especially women at the table, but a lot of people were just amazed, and some were horrified. And I have a feeling that's the reaction we're going to get as Michelle joins us on the air. Hello, Michelle.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, gosh. Where do you want me to start?
Well, let's start with what you are proud of. And first of all, let me just say, I said I was going to tell. I'm going to let you fill in the details.
Okay.
So here's what Michelle told us at dinner. Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to keep it simple. Michelle told us at dinner that she slept her way to the top at a law firm, and now she's got this great job, great salary, great career as a result of sleeping her way to the top. Is that right?
That's true, and there's some other interesting details that go with that.
We're going to get to all of those. Now, let's start at the beginning, Michelle. How long have you been working for this law firm?
I've been here now for 2.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay. When you took the job, when did you realize that sleeping your way to the top might be possible?
The very beginning.
The very beginning. Tell us how that happened.
I worked in the same building as an attorney that I met. We met in the elevator, and he told me what he did, and he told me he was the managing partner, which definitely throws up some great signs. And, you know, we're both interested in football, so we went out to football. And 2 dates later, we started fooling around.
Now, let's reveal to the public here that the managing partner of this particular law firm has a wife, Mrs. Managing Partner. Isn't that right?
Yes, he does.
All right. That's, I think, an important element here. Okay, so he's married. You've been on 2 dates, and now you're fooling around with it.
Most definitely.
All right, now, are you working at his firm at this time?
No.
All right, so you're not even working for him yet.
That was how I got the job.
Tell us about that.
I was not interested in staying with the firm that I was in. Obviously, there was a minimal amount of growth potential. There was a female managing partner with the firm I was in. And so when he said that he had an opening working for him...
Take a look at this opening.
Well, we didn't fool around in the office right away. It was still a casual thing, and then we started working late.
All right, so let's just reveal here. You were on 2 dates, and then he hired you.
Yes.
All right, so now he's hired you. And what job did you have when you went in there?
The firm that I had worked for before, I was just a clerk. I'm a paralegal now.
Now you're a paralegal. Does that require a particular degree or training or anything?
Yes, it does, and I didn't have any of it. I do now, but...
So he hired you as a paralegal without the proper training?
You got it.
All right, so now you're a paralegal without training working for this law firm in the same building.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, you are now there with your new boss. And how often were you dating him now?
Well, define dating. Screwing in the office?
Well, screwing. Let's start. Where was place you two screwed? Let's start with that.
The first place was my house.
At your house?
Yeah, I took him home.
You took him home?
Mm-hmm.
Do you live far from the office or far from his house? I mean, did you take him out of the way?
I'm not too far out of the way. Las Vegas is a pretty decent-sized city, and I live in the Northwest.
All right, so he took you. You took him to your place, and you screwed him. How long after being hired was that?
4 days.
4 days. All right, so he hires you, clerk at one law firm in the building, and then he hires you down the hall as a paralegal, even though you have no training as a paralegal.
That's true.
Right, okay. And so 4 days after taking the job as a paralegal, you take him to your place, and you're having sex with him.
You got it.
Okay, keep going.
After a while, we started spending... I'm more of his personal assistant now than anything else.
I bet you are.
I don't type much of anything.
Uh-huh.
And I play tennis with his wife.
And you know his wife now.
I do.
And you play tennis, and she thinks you're just a nice girl who works in the office.
She does, and I have great fashion sense.
Really? So does she take, like, fashion tips from you?
She does.
And so does she wear things you wear?
Well, I give her some advice. She wears similar outfits, similar suits.
So after F&U, you, he goes home, and there she is wearing the same clothes.
You got it.
Really?
Really.
All right, so now, how long has this been going on?
For about 2.5 years.
2.5 years you've been effing this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're just his personal assistant, whatever that means.
Well, it means I should be doing work. I'm getting paid to do nothing.
You're getting paid to do nothing. You play tennis with this man's wife. She has no idea what's going on. And how often do you F this guy?
At least once a week.
Once a week at least. And is it in the office, your place, or just about anywhere?
Just about anywhere. The car in the garage. Because there's a parking garage next door. Well, kitty corner.
Uh-huh.
And that's where we all park. So there's always that option. Here in the office, if there's too many people floating around, my place, his place when she's out of town.
Now, the first job you had before this one, you were a clerk. How much were you getting paid? You're anonymous. You're using a fake name. How much were you making?
$9 an hour.
All right, were you working full-time?
Yes, I was.
So you're making $360 a week.
Right.
All right. How much are you making now?
If you average it out to hourly, $27 an hour.
So you're making 3 times as much.
Mm-hmm.
And you essentially do nothing but play tennis and have sex with this guy.
Exactly.
And that's it. Do other people in the office know you?
Well, I don't think they know exactly what's going on, but you kind of have to be blind not to suspect.
All right. So people have an idea, but nobody's going to tell the wife.
Right.
So she has no idea she's out there playing tennis with you.
Yeah, she has absolutely no idea. She asks for advice.
About their marriage?
Mm-hmm.
What does she tell you about their marriage?
She says it's going very well, but I am obviously more on the wild side than she is. So she likes to ask advice, in dress style, in sexual activities, which I'm more than happy to give her.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I have the experience to know.
Mm.
So she's a great girl. She's from the upper Midwest area. And just a real sweetheart.
Kind of bland in bed, is that her deal?
Yeah.
And she's looking for ways to spice up her sex life.
Yeah.
So what advice have you given her?
I get more vocal. She tends to be very quiet in bed, and she's not much into the smacking, whereas I am.
You like being slapped around.
Right.
So is it just a little spanky, or do you like it all over?
Oh, I like it all over.
You do? You like your face slapped?
I do.
Really? What else you slap? Tell us about anything, anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I've walked away with bruises, especially with the attorney that I work for. He's very much being the dominant one.
Yeah, sorry, much more funny.
Oh, yes.
So tell about it.
Putting it bluntly, there's the whole rape scenario. I had bruises across my wrist from that was wrapped around them. I'm getting a blood nose. It gets really violent.
Mm-hmm.
Bite marks, you name it. Hair pulling, bent over the desk.
Well, how does he explain all that to her when he gets home?
Well, the bloody nose, he gets frequent bloody noses, I guess, or that's the excuse he gave her, so.
Right, how about the bite marks? And she has no idea. Now, did you give her that advice?
I tell her she should definitely instigate more of a power game, yes.
Yeah, beat the crap out of him.
Well, no.
Or tell him to beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, he's far too strong for that. So she would just have to put up a little bit of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
He likes that.
Yeah. So you make $52,000 a year, is that the deal?
Yes, I do.
All right. And do you make that money essentially by servicing your boss?
That's correct.
Any end to this? I mean, do you think you'll be doing this forever?
I think that if I find a job or an attorney who will pay me more, then...
So you are available. You're on the open market. If somebody will pay you $54 an hour, you're going to move over there.
You got it.
And then somebody else give you a little spanky.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you got to use what God gave you.
I understand. All right, hang on there, Michelle. All right, you've heard Michelle's story. That's her deal. Essentially, she has slept her way to the top at a law firm in Las Vegas. She was a $9 an hour clerk, and in the same building, she met the managing partner of another law firm who hired her at 3 times the rate, $27 an hour or $52,000 a year. And she is first hired as a paralegal with no paralegal training. She now functions as his personal assistant, which means she doesn't do much work. She comes in, gets effed by this guy. He beats the crap out of her, and then she goes and plays tennis with the guy's wife, who asks her for advice on spicing up the love life between the managing partner and his wife. And she gives advice to the wife on how to have sex with the husband that she's had sex with many times over the last 2.5 years. And she's proud of this. So I'm wondering if you think she should be proud of this.
Tom Leykis, 1-800-5800-866.
You're the first guy to touch my nads. You reattached them.
Oh, good. I thought I'd gotten a little too drunk one night.
The Tom Leykis Show.
800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Okay, you've heard Michelle. Michelle worked her way up from law clerk to personal assistant. She now works for the managing partner of a different law firm. She makes $52,000 a year, and essentially she has sex with this guy and plays tennis with his wife. What do you think about that? Rick on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Rick.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. How are you, pal?
Doing great.
Good. Michelle, you're whack, man. Just tell this woman what you're doing, and just take your husband away from her. Just have a good time.
Oh, I don't want her husband, honey.
What do you want?
I want exactly what I have.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm free to do...
So you're going to use both partners, and you're just going to use them both. Is that it?
Oh, she's a wonderful girl. I make a tremendous amount of money having sex with one guy. You know, I can date whoever I want to on the side. He doesn't take up any of my evening time.
Don't you think she needs to know what's going on, though?
No, I don't think she does.
She doesn't. And you think she's extremely happy with what's going on?
She seems to be very happy with her life.
Wow. Tom, I don't know what to say. This is just completely whack to me, pal.
That's what we thought, and we thought you'd want to hear this.
Oh, man, this is just out of control. I mean, if you're going to be a stand-up kind of person and just be brutally honest and just tell her what's going on. You know, I'm doing this. And
she doesn't want to be brutally honest. She wants to make $52,000 a year.
Exactly.
If she's brutally honest, she's not going to be making $52K anymore.
Hey, Tom, I'm a truck driver in Seattle. I make that much a year, and this is out of control. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but what is her incentive to not do this?
I don't know, Tom.
That's my point.
I'm not understanding, pal. I listen to the professor all the time, and I'm just not getting it.
What's not to understand? I make a tremendous amount of money, well, a decent amount of money, to do nothing. To do nothing that I wouldn't do in my spare time.
Oh, I don't know. Hey, Tom, I got to go. Thanks for listening to me, pal.
Rick, I'm here to help, as you know. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Jensen on a cell phone. Jensen, you're on the Tom Leykis Show with Michelle. Hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
Great. Hey, I want to respond to this current caller. Just to give you a little bit of a background, I'm a chemical engineer down here in L.A., 25 years old, just graduated, started a new job. I make $45,000, and I have worked my ass off to get there, Tom. And I tell you what, this girl right here, she needs to change her title from personal assistant to certifiable whore.
Oh, well, you can call it whatever you want to, but when I get my checks, that's what it says I do. I don't particularly care what label you want to give it. I mean, what problem do you have with what I do because I make more money than you?
Oh, no, I don't have a problem with the fact you make more money than I do. I have a problem with the fact that you do nothing and make that much. That is the problem with females right now, is they feel they can use their sexuality to overcome this status that men apply to you. And the only thing that you're doing is bringing women down around you. It makes them look awful because you look like a whore.
I don't look like a whore. Anyone who comes into this office wouldn't necessarily know what I do. I can make coffee. Ooh, I can type up emotion. I did actually end up going to school for this, so I know what I'm doing. I just simply don't have to do it. And it's not that I feel I don't have to because of my sexuality. I know that I don't have to work because of my sexuality. If men are dumb enough, if he's dumb enough to pay me for it, then I think I'm going to take advantage of it.
So not only are you being paid for your vagina, but you're also absolutely talentless. And this is exactly what you're saying.
How am I absolutely talentless?
Okay, I take that back. You're not absolutely talentless, but you're incredibly good at one thing. Spreading your legs.
She's a pretty good. Hey! She's a pretty good punching bag too. Don't forget that.
That's right, Tom. You're absolutely right. That's true. But you know what, Tom? I could go to the store here, the sporting goods store, and I could pay $100 for a punching bag and not have to worry about all the grief that comes with it.
Yeah, but it won't give you a BJ.
That's true. All right, Tom. Thanks a lot. I've said my piece, and if you just blow me up on the way out.
Here you go, baby. 1-800-5800-TOM is your telephone number. It's Kathy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Hi.
Anyways, Michelle?
Hi, Kathy.
Yeah. I was listening to everything, and that was really interesting. And if you put the math together, I guess, if you're having sex with this guy like once a week, you're like getting paid $1,000 to sleep with him once a week.
Well, I never said that was all I did, and I said at least once a week.
Oh,
that's
besides
fine.
making copies and faxing. That's great. But, dude, you're like the coolest prostitute I've ever known in my life.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's great. I mean, I know you call this guy dumb because, he's paying you to do nothing.
Well, he's not exactly stupid. He's got the simplicity of having someone to bang in the office when he gets tired of his wife. I mean, I am what I am.
And he has the money to afford a prostitute. That's great. I wish I didn't have any morals so I could make money like that.
Oh, I bet you do, honey.
I know, that's terrible. God, I wish I was a
prostitute. To be sleeping with the same person for 2.5 years. Could you do me a favor and tell me how many people have you slept with in the past 2.5 years?
How many?
Yeah, how many? Unless you're... I'm sorry?
What does that have to do with it?
I'm just asking you a question, sweetheart.
Oh, by the way, can you not talk to me like that? Because it's really fake.
How many people have you slept with in the past 2.5 years? Can you tell me how many people you've slept with in the past 2.5 years? If you're going to get on the phone and you're going to call me names, at least come up with something.
No, dude, you're cool. You're cool. You make a lot of money. You're so smart.
I make money and I'm comfortable with what I do.
Teach me how to do that.
Teach me to
lose my morals so I can be smart like you and deceive people.
Oh, boy. Well, Kathy, thank you for the call. More of your calls from Michelle coming up.
The Tom Leykis Show. The Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles to 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Michelle slept her way to the top at a Las Vegas law firm. She's proud of it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Let's say hi here to Jeffrey on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yes.
Jeffrey.
Yes, how are you?
Pretty good.
Okay, I got some comments for this girl here.
Go for it.
I think she's a little bit misguided, and I'll tell you why. You're selling yourself short on 2 counts. First, $52,000 a year is not enough to be a whore. Girls in Vegas here make over 6 figures for that, quite easily. And secondly, if you're truly cunning, you would get this man away from his wife, marry him, and then take half his money through community property.
I realize that Nevada's a community property state, but I have no desire to have myself legally tied to this individual. He's a nice person to see for 8 hours a day and sleep with when I have to, but for now, this leaves me open to people with more money if I choose to be money hungry, or in the end that, I find someone I actually care about, maybe I'll settle down. I'm going by a different name, so no one should be able to connect me to this particular position, if you will. I don't think I'm selling myself short because, I don't know, I guess I can put a pretty name on it and not call myself a whore. I don't have a problem with what I do, but somehow picking different men makes it a little cheap to me.
I know, but if you quack like a duck, you are a duck. And you are a whore. And the point is, you're not gaining any skills at your profession. You're not developing your career that way. You are a whore, pure and simple. Make as much money as possible out of it. If you're truly as cunning as you are, pretend to be here on the radio, you would do that. It's quite
there's
simple.
no pretending to be. I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I slept my way into a job. I continue to sleep my way into raises because there's really not much higher I can go within this company. If there was, I would sleep my way into a promotion. The more money I make, the happier I am. The happier I am for the time being. You can call it what you will. Selling yourself for money does make you a whore. Your point.
By the way, can I ask you a question, Michelle?
That is exactly.
Can I ask you a question? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Am I hearing a kid in the background?
No.
Oh, there's noise.
I'm alone in my office.
Oh, it sounds like noise in the background there.
No, I'm actually
I
rocking
just
back and
wanted to
forth in
state
my
that.
chair.
I mean, this girl's a whore, and she's selling herself short. I'd wish she would, truly be true to profession and make as much cash as possible.
All right, well, you keep repeating things I've already agreed to. I don't believe I'm selling myself short. It's a difference of opinion. Do you have anything else of interest to say, sweetheart?
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. John on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show with Michelle. Hello.
Tom, how you doing?
Pretty good.
All right. To quote Snoop Dogg, this bitch is a trick-ass bitch. And the guy that's paying her is a sucker because he's paying way more than $40 for a date. $52,000 a year.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell your kids one day?
Hey, he also gets to beat the living crap out of her.
Oh, man.
Don't discount the value of that.
I hope he does, man. If I was your husband...
How is Mike Tyson paying for a sparring partner? You got to look at all the value here. I'd be like Ron Popeil. This is a $68,000 a year offer, and you're getting it for only $52,000 a year.
All right, Tom. It's pretty cool that she suckered her way into, making this money for just screwing this guy. But that's the same deal. Guys are studs and chicks are sluts. And this chick is a slut. I used to live out in Las Vegas. Anybody who makes money off Las Vegas is a whore.
No kidding.
No.
All right, John. Thank you. Raul, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Raul, hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Raul.
How's it going? Michelle, I just want to call and tell you how great I think it is. In business, everybody screws everybody out of money, and you just make a little bit more money than some people do.
Oh, thanks, Raul.
And, you go and you have tennis with his wife, and you go in, you do less than most people do, and you make more money than more people do.
Thanks. I'm a little taken aback. Now I don't know what to say.
With all these people calling you a whore, there's so many people out there who are whores and try to hide it. Everybody has sex with everybody. You just make more money than they do.
Exactly. It costs a little bit more for me.
And you're having a great time doing it. And especially in the city you're in Las Vegas.
Vegas is the ideal place to do it.
All right, Raul, thank you. Jeff on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom.
Jeff.
How are you, bud?
Pretty good.
Good. Hey, I first want to say, Michelle, you are every businessman's dream. I mean, if I could afford someone that does what you do, I'd have you underneath my table too. But
and if you could pay me more, I'd be there.
Oh wow. But I think there's a little problem. See, sooner or later, the wifey, she's going to find out. And then the wifey's going to take little divorced husband to court and get half of the law firm. And then where's that going to leave you? Out of a job. So,
no, I don't. Well, there's always the outside chance that she's going to find out. But as far as taking half the law firm, she can take half of his assets. But with it's a rather prestigious firm. I'm not worried about losing my job at any point in this game because even if she takes half of what he owns, he can still afford me.
Well, see, what about this? What about, so you're playing tennis with her one day, and you convince her, well, let me just show you what works. And so, you and her get along a little bit. And then you make her tell her husband about you, too. He can act disappointed, and boom, right there, you've got all three, and life is good.
No, that's a good idea.
There we go.
Everybody's happy.
Now, there you go. Jeff, thank you very much for the call. The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. We're here with Michelle, who has slept her way to the top of her law firm. Andy on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
How's it going, Tom?
All right, Andy.
First time listener, first time caller. I love your show.
Thank you very much.
I just want to tell Michelle, I mean, we're all having sex, you're just getting paid for it. All these people that are calling, they're just haters.
Exactly.
That's all I got to say.
And as Mary J. Blige once said, we don't need no haters.
Exactly.
Ain't that the truth?
We all have sex. You're just getting paid for it. Do what you got to do. Make your money. I mean, it's wrong. We all do wrong things. I mean, who can we say, you know, who does the right thing? All these people that are calling, all I got to say is they're hating on you. That's it. They need to have more sex or smoke a joint.
Well, if they could afford me, I'm sure they'd do the same things this guy's doing. The unfortunate part is they can't.
Exactly. Well, that's all I wanted to say. You got a bomb show, Tom?
Do I have what?
You have the bomb show.
Oh, the bomb show. I thought you said the bombshell, or maybe you wanted the bong hit. I couldn't tell. But the bomb show, I'll take that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Amanda on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Amanda.
Hey, I have to agree with our friend that was just on the line. Everybody is just jealous.
You know, it is so nice to hear that from another woman.
You know, yeah, everybody is just jealous, and they're, you know, upset that they can't be doing that and still be having a life and, you know, functioning normally and having normal relationships while that's going on, you know. I'm not praising it, but I think you understand when I say, you know, I think everybody's really jealous.
Hang on a second, Amanda. I have Teresa on the phone. Now, Teresa, what did you want to say to Amanda?
I think that the woman from Las Vegas has got a self-esteem problem. And
oh, honey, I definitely do not.
It doesn't sound like it.
Because if you had some self-morals and did things the way they're supposed to be done, you wouldn't be doing the things you did.
Okay,
Who hurt you when you were a little girl? Who were the men that bothered you and hurt you? That's what the problem is. That's why you're using this man for this money.
Honey, I wish you'd been here in Las Vegas when Tom was here. He could tell you I don't have any issues with self-esteem. Actually, I know what I am.
You must have a self-esteem problem because you wouldn't be doing the things you would do. If you had some self-worth, you would go
has nothing to do with it. Perhaps a lack of morals, maybe, would be the insult or the accusation to direct at me. Lack of morals would be a better theme. Self-esteem is not a problem.
Well,
I know I'm
good looking. Self-esteem because you're letting somebody use you. That's what you're doing.
Honey, I'm using him. I make $52,000 to...
You know what? That's not
true
money. That's dirty money. That's what you're making, dirty money. You have no self-worth and no self-esteem. That's why you're doing what you're doing.
No, it's
and all those other guys.
I wish you wouldn't presume to judge from a half-hour telephone call.
All these other men that are saying, "Oh yeah, you go, babe, you go, babe." Well, they're just a bunch of sick bastards because they wish that you would do it to them. That's all their problem is too.
Okay, ladies, and if they could afford it, go ahead, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. How many times have you watched a porno and the scene was about some boss getting it on with its secretary? If that wasn't a fantasy, if people didn't want to see that and be as close to it as they possibly could, it wouldn't be on there. You know what I'm saying?
You make an excellent point.
Yeah, and it also...
No, she doesn't feel good about herself, and that's why she's doing what she's doing.
All right,
If
Teresa.
you felt good about yourself, you wouldn't be in this position, and you would get a real job, and you would go to school, and you would be educated, and you would make real money.
I'd like to know what Teresa does for work.
Teresa, what do you do for a living?
I work for the immigration department.
That's an excellent job. Now, do I sound in any way, shape, or form uneducated to you? Listen to my vocabulary, the inflections in my voice,
No,
and the things that I say. I have an excellent education.
You should make real money, and you shouldn't make dirty money. And sooner or later, what comes around goes around, and you're going to get caught, and people are going to get hurt.
Get caught doing what? Nothing I'm doing is illegal, sweetheart.
Well, no, I'm not
sleeping
saying
with
it's
a married man.
It's morally wrong. That's what it is. And somebody's going to get hurt. You're going to get caught at doing something morally wrong, and you're going to hurt a bunch of people.
A bunch of people. I may hurt his wife.
This is you don't think she's going to hurt later either? Or you're not going to hurt? You're not.
No, I'm not. I don't have any problems morally with it. I'm very proud of the fact that I make more money than most of the people I know, and I do a damn thing for it. He's an attractive man. He's got a good job, and all I have to do is sleep with him.
All right, Teresa and Amanda, I got to run here, but I thank you both for the call.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
Gentlemen, when you come out of work, make sure you take a shower. Put on a little stringy dingy too and dance for your woman.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. This is Dawn on the Tom Leykis Show with Michelle. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Dawn.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good. I have one question for Michelle.
Hi,
Hi. I'm a paralegal, and I have been for a number of years.
Oh, good job.
And you said his wife works at the firm.
No, she does not.
Oh, she doesn't.
No, she is actually in securities. She's an attorney herself.
Oh, that's because I was under the mistake that she worked at the firm. And if that was the case, how do you
good heavens, no.
Okay. But how do you explain your non-billable hours if you're not doing anything there? Because you have to bill a certain amount of hours a year.
Actually, no, you don't. Let's put it out there. It's a criminal defense firm.
Oh,
we charge a standard retainer. There are no billable hours.
Oh, that explains it. Because I'm sitting here going, I've been doing this for like 20 years, and, they beat you over the head with billable hours.
Oh, I know.
And I'm like, how is she sitting there not doing anything? Well, now that explains the $52,000 a year.
Hey, Don, you're in the wrong field of law. You ought to be...
But you know what, Tom? Now that explains the $52,000. Because in criminal law, there's just a lot of paperwork. There's not, you don't have to do much.
Yes.
Right.
So it's easy to slip that $52,000
right.
to her when she doesn't have to do anything.
That's right. Exactly. Well, now you figured out how she does it.
I have done criminal law, but I didn't like it.
I love it.
Well, Michelle doesn't do any criminal law.
Well, I have to tell you,
there was an opening at the firm, and she revealed her opening, and that was it.
Well, I have to tell you, Michelle, if you can do it, do it. That's all I got to say.
Listen to that.
I have no problem with it because I sit in my office day after day trying to figure out how can I do all this work without having to bill.
You want to know how to get a leg up in the legal profession. And Michelle figured it out.
Exactly.
Thanks, Michelle.
Take it easy.
Thank you, Don. All right, 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Sean on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom, how you doing, man?
Hi, Sean.
So, hey, I just got a quick question it's Michelle, right?
Right.
Yeah, hey, what do you look like? Because you sound hot as hell.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I'm exceptionally tall. I'm 5'9". I'm a brunette. Tom met me. I mean, not the most stunning woman on the planet, but I do pretty well for myself.
Right on. Well, you know what? Like the other guy called up, all them other people that are calling up, all them other bitches and all that kind of stuff, they're just haters. You ain't got to sweat them. It's all good. If I could afford it, I'd be all over it, girl. Hey, Tom, do me a favor.
What's that, Sean?
Can you take me out with a bong?
Absolutely, Sean. Here you go.
Thanks, Tom.
Quickly, a memo on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Okay.
Well, Michelle, I'm just calling to congratulate you. You're doing a great job. If you were my staff, believe me, you would be coming up in this world. Because basically all salespeople do exactly what you do. Sell yourself. And if that's something that you have to do, well, you're a pretty good salesman. If you can sell yourself for $52,000 a year, that's the first thing that they teach you when you're being a salesperson.
Phenomenal.
Thanks, Tom. I'll see you again in Las Vegas.
All right, there goes Michelle. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com.